worst feeling. Somebody like, we need to talk. And they just leave it at that. It's like somebody implanted some shit in your stomach. Like they gave you the bubble guts. As soon as they say that shit, it's like, I got a dookie, fuck. Can we talk about it now? No, I'll talk about it later. Oh, fuck. Now you got a dookie for the next 8 hours. Fuck. Did they find my journal? I feel like most people, before they leave the earth, they want to find somebody to spend their time with, right? They want to find a soulmate. They want to find somebody to love them, accept them for who they are, and they want to grow old with them and, pass away, But the reality is that relationships are hard. They're extremely hard. Two different people from two different backgrounds, different understanding of gender roles, how a man should be, how a woman should be, past trauma, personal trauma, shit you never even dealt with. And you find somebody, you say, I love you, I want to be with you, and you say, I'm gonna put all my bullshit aside and try to be with that person. That's stupid. You're not gonna change. You can't change, not that fast. A relationship is nothing more than two people saying, I love you, I fuck with you, I want to be with you, and it's just two people getting fat as time go on. That's all a relationship is. Just two people deteriorating as time marches on. You get into an argument like, don't nobody want you. They like, don't nobody want your fat ass either. Like, man, you right. Come on, let's go get something to eat. That's all a relationship is. The reality of it is, one of the hardest things to hear and one of the hardest things to say in a relationship is, we need to talk. So, these are my thoughts on relationships. I watched a lot of TV growing up. Like literally, I was the TV guy in the house. Like the 90s was like the golden age of like sitcom television. I watched so much television. And one thing I took from television is in relationships, and this is probably why as a kid, I never seen myself get married. Because on TV, the husband was always stupid. Every TV show you watch, the husband is like a fucking idiot. Like that's how they, when women imitate dudes, he be like, yeah. So he come in like, yeah. It's like, I'm not stupid. This man go to work every single day, pay all the bills. You gotta be a little stupid to take that deal. You know what I'm saying? You ask married people, how you stay married? They like, you gotta choose that person every day. What the fuck does that mean? You just gotta wake up every day and choose that person. You wake up, look at him, and be like, I choose you! And then you fucking just go out into the world like, oh! I want to have a family. Don't clap yet. But I got this fear of like I'm gonna lose myself in the responsibility of what that is. Because a lot of times that's what hurt the most when you break up with somebody, is that part of your identity is lost because you've been with that person so long. And then when they not here no more, they like, now you got to go in your mind and undo all the like future plans and memories that you was planning on creating. So now it's like you taking all that shit away and that shit hurt. And it's like, I don't want to lose like this sexiness that I have. You know what I'm saying? That's not a joke. I'm serious. Like I feel like it's a blandness to a married man. You know what I'm saying? But it's an attractiveness to him. Like married men are always attractive. They be like, oh man, you a husband? He's like, yeah, I'm picking up some food for my wife. Oh, he love his wife. Like, no, that bitch hungry. She could have just cooked. But I'm out picking up fucking food. I'm tired. I've been at work all day. Oh, he a good husband. I feel like your first relationship is with your parents, right? It's your first actual relationship. First person you love. And you think about it, kids clingy as fuck, ain't they? They don't, like, you can't leave a kid for too long before they show the fuck back up like, yo, what's going on? Like them toddlers, once they start walking, like you in the bathroom, they in the bathroom. You in the tub, they by the tub, or they about to, like, they just fucking clingy. You get old enough to go to school. I remember when I started going to like preschool, like 4 or 5 years old. Every day my mother dropped me off, I cried, right? Because like the idea, like, yo, it's the only person I know I see every day. She gone. I'm sitting there crying. Everybody playing this shit. I'm just looking around. And then I'm like, oh shit, they got Legos. And I forget about it. I just fucking find something to do. All right, cool. And then she leave again. And then eventually you kind of get used to that. Okay, she gonna be back. That's just the belief. She gonna be back. That's your first relationship. It's okay for them to leave because they love me. They gonna come back. And that's cool. That's cool. And then you go into actual school, right? That's your first time as a kid where you don't listen to your parents say all this crazy shit in the house, right? And then they send you off to school with other kids. And really, it's just other kids saying what their parents say in their house, and they just congregating, and that shit just mixing all together, right? I remember you go that first time in school, fucking little kid. Boys are supposed to sit like this. Girls, you're like, whoa, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. I know I'm a boy, but what the fuck is these rules? My dad said, my mom said. They just fucking, now you in this whole new world. That's a whole different new relationship. And you picking up these things as you go away. And the first time you actually like somebody, y'all remember that shit? As a little boy, the first time you like somebody, I don't know, like when you see that girl, it's something about it, I don't know what the fuck it is, but you see it, you're like, oh my God, she's so pretty, she's so nice, or whatever the fuck. And something you like, I gotta slap her. Like I just gotta slap her in the face. Cause don't nobody tell you how to, like, if you see somebody you like, you say, hi, my name. No, you're like, I gotta put my hands on her. Cause when you're a little boy with your friends, y'all, that's how you get cool. Y'all wrestle and shit like, oh man, I'll see you tomorrow. That's y'all relationship. So you like, I gotta introduce myself. You fucking. And it's weird, cause you tell little girls like, oh, he just like, hey, he done fucks you up. Now he just like you. You tell you some little boy done tackled her down to the ground. He just like you. It's okay. Dust yourself off. That's not okay. She gonna grow up thinking like, if he don't hit me, he don't love. No, that's not fucking. Go to him, hey, do you like her? Because that's the crazy shit, like when nobody made it okay to like somebody when you was a kid. As a little boy, ooh, you like Keisha? You like, no, shut the fuck up, I don't like Keisha. I like boys. What the fuck? Ain't nobody, this is shit you learn as you go. You learn this shit as you go, and you gotta make sense of it as you get older. To me, middle school was more so like it was like that's when you kind of like start discovering your body. That's when your body kind of caught up with like your feelings. Because before that, you just like somebody. Like even like when you was like kid, you be like, oh, that's my girlfriend. What did that really mean? We walk to school together. You hold somebody's book bag. She a snack at lunch or something. That was the extent of a girlfriend, right? So middle school, that's when your body start, you start feeling things. Any guys in here remember your first erection? I was 8 years old, right? I'm not lying. I was about 8 years old. I was like 8, 9 years old. I was in my grandmother's house. There's a girl next door. Her name was BB. She lived next door. And we was like boyfriend, girlfriends, for whatever that meant. Like we just liked each other, whatever. And we was outside playing, and we playing and shit. And I looked down, and I had a little Oscar Mayer situation going on, right? It was like I had cause I was like, what the fuck is that? And I had some short, and I just put my shirt over it, right? But it's like you can see it through my shirt. And we outside, I'm like, all right, maybe I gotta go pee. So I run to the bathroom, I go pee, I come back, I'm like, this motherfucker ain't going nowhere, right? And BB was like, what's that? I was like, I don't know. And she was like, I was like, hey, stop. She was like, I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't know. Well, nobody tells a little boy, hey, sometimes your shit gonna get hard. Nobody comes to a little boy, sometimes your shit gonna get hard. Just play it cool, you know what I'm saying? That was my first erection. But at the time, I don't know what the fuck to do with an erection. It's just my body going through changes. But you get to middle school, and that's when they start telling you, hey, this is the A, B's, and C's of like sexual health and all that stuff. Middle school is when they scare you about getting pregnant, right? Because they just be like, yeah, women, girls get their period and all that. I remember learning that. Not really paying attention to the lessons, but the main thing that you learn in sexual health in middle school was you don't want to get pregnant. Use condoms, don't get pregnant. Like, it was like, if you get pregnant, your life is over. That's like the shit. So people are like, all right, fuck it, I don't want to get pregnant. Middle school was weird. It was a weird time. I kissed a girl that was a lesbian. She didn't know she was a lesbian yet, but I knew by the way she kissed me. It was a half day, right? It was a half day. In the building that we lived in, it had like a backyard with like a little playground area or whatever. And we was all hanging out. It was like half day of school. We all hanging out. And I remember like people was like dipping off until like the cut, and then they'd come back. Like you could tell they was back there kissing. And this gay girl, I don't remember her name, but I knew she was gay because she like just acted and looked like a boy. And she was like, Calvin, come on. And she took me. she took me in the cut. And she was kissing me, but it was like real hard, like, mwah, mwah, mwah. was like, You know, like somebody kissing you but trying to get you off? I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, man, I gotta go home. My mother said I gotta go home. She was like, what? I was like, no, I know it sounded like bullshit because I felt uncomfortable. I was like, this don't feel right. She was like, where you going? I was like, my mother said I gotta go home. And I left. She was like, you scared? What's going on? You scared? I was like, yes, but no, let me go home because I don't want to get in trouble. I remember in middle school, I had a friend of mine. It was a friend. We had been friends like growing up for years. For years, like through the elementary school, when we got to like sixth grade, and that's when everybody was like boyfriend, girlfriend. Like it was just like, all right, cool, I like you, like me. And I remember I had like this little ring. I don't know, I think my father had got it for me. It was a gold ring with a C on it. And I was like, I hate wearing jewelry because I'm always doing like playing and stuff, and I always like mess the ring up. And I was like, I'm gonna give it to her because like you my girlfriend. And I remember it was like morning, we had just got to school. She was like getting her locker and stuff. She turned it back, and like I slipped it in her locker, and like I went back to my locker. My friend Lewis, I was like, let me know what she say or what happened. And Lewis, I waited. He walked over to my locker. He had the ring in his hand. He was like, nah, man. She's like, she cool on that. And at that moment in my life, I realized, fuck these hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not giving a bitch nothing. You hear me? It was my first time like putting my shit on the line. Like, you know how you feel like, all right, I'm about to make a play for my love. And she was like, no, I'm straight on that. So that was the first thing I remember like happening where it was like, all right, don't do too much. And I feel like that's what relationships is. It's like throughout your life, you encounter things and things happen to you. And you don't like really think about it, but you put that shit into a file folder moving forward, right? And some people call it trauma. I call it some bullshit. Like it's my bullshit folder. Like I ain't trying to run into this bullshit no more. High school was different, right? Because by this time you feel like you're a little grown. You know, you got upperclassmen, freshmen, sophomores, and stuff like that. So now it's like relationships a little more like people really trying to like fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like high school is like, all right, we passed the kissing. Like I'm trying to convince you, but don't get pregnant because your life gonna be over. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do, don't get pregnant because your life is fucking over. When you're in your 20s, like my late teens until like my 20s, it was like relationships were very basic because nobody had nothing, right? Think about your late teen, like all your 20s, you ain't really had shit going on, right? As long as you was ambitious, somebody would take a chance on you. I'm in college, good enough, come on, he got a future somewhere down the line. That's all you had to do was have some shit going on. You didn't have to have your car didn't have to be shit, you didn't have to have the most money. As long as you wanted to be some shit, somebody would take a chance on you. But one thing I noticed growing up, even like I'm 39, but my teenage 20s, girls my age like guys older, right? Because guys older had their shit together. They might have an apartment, they might have a job, they just had a little stability, and that was attractive to them. It wasn't that it was hard to like talk to like, you know, girls and women my age. It was just like, damn, I can't compete with older guys because I just don't have what they have. And then now I'm this age, it's like guys my age date women that's younger than them, and now the women their age can't get with them because they trash. I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna say they trash, but it's just like, why would I finally made it to the space I want to be in. Why would I mess with this old 1985 model when I can get this 2000 model? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's fucked up. Like it's like shit just flipped. You know what I'm saying? That's all you had to have was ambition. My 20s, it was like, man, I graduated college, I had a job, and I was like, I'm gonna be a comedian. And I remember the first time an older woman saw me at a show, and I could tell, at the time I was probably like 25, and she probably had to be in her 30s. She looked older than me. But like you know, like you see somebody, you be like, I could tell when you was my age, you was sexy as fuck. But I can tell you old as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember she came to me after the show. She was like, take my number down. And I took her number and shit, and I called her. And she was like, I called her, I was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, this Calvin, you met me at the comedy club. Oh, hey, Calvin. She was like, so what do you do? I was like, I'm a comedian. Like, I'm trying to be a comedian. She was like, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was cool. But what do you do? I was like, that's it. Like, I live in my father's basement, and I'm trying to be a comedian. And she was like, okay, all right, well, it was good talking to you. That ambitious shit don't work on 30s, right? Time went on, I got into my 30s. And at some point, I don't know what happened in your 30s, between your teens, your 20s, and your 30s, but something just switched where like vagina was free, right? And then it got over here and it was like, you gotta give me something for this. Like, you know, like I don't, like it was like over here, it was just like, you in school? All right, here, take some, you can have some, but when you get in your 30s, it's just like, what can you pay for? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can we make this transaction worth my while, this vagina? You know what I'm saying? It's the craziest shit in the world. Because vagina has a perceived value. I don't know where it comes from. It's just this perceived value, right? Take aside from like you recreate, like you create life, and it's like this magical thing that the world revolves, like I create life. But then on the other hand of it, it's like, then over here you just got dick, right? And dick like pennies, you know what I'm saying? Like it's, you keeping it like the cup in your car, like the little change cup, you be like, dick sticky. It's like, I touched some pennies in my cup. Oh my God, I think I spilled some pop or something on it. I don't know what the fuck that is. Right, so like your value now is like vagina is like, oh man, that's priceless, and then dick is just like, it's like it come with the meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, like French fries. It's just like, oh shit, there's some dick in there. All right, you can have that dick at the bottom of the bag. And it's fucked up because now the perception of my worth is like this, is imbalanced, because you don't have to really have nothing going on when you got vagina, right? You got it. Like, you don't, like, no man is like, so what are you majoring in? He like, I don't give a fuck. Do you got your vagina on you? Cool. Like, I just want you got it? Cool. Let's go somewhere. Let's get out of here. You gotta leave dick at home when you go out sometimes. Too. You ain't got that dick on you. No, I don't have it. I'm safe. We don't have to do nothing. If you could put a price on vagina to the women in the room, how much would your vagina go for? You said who? Priceless? No. It's not priceless because you gave it to somebody for free. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying that you gave it away. At some point, you just gave it away for nothing. So it can't be priceless. So give it, let's, I'm not trying to make a wish. I'm trying to make a sale. Help me. Nobody? To all the men in the room, I asked the question, how much if you have to sell your vagina, if you have to put a price on it, what is it worth? A lot of women didn't say anything. So to all the men in the room, whatever you paid too much. Whatever it is you sacrificed, it was like, you didn't have to. They just told you what the value was. And that's good. That's good. It shouldn't have no value. Because dick has no value. Vagina has no value. What has value is love and respect. Right? I should get something for having a vagina. Because guess what? What makes men look better is money. I don't give a fuck how tall, how short, how weird, bald, whatever the fuck your ailment is, money will fix all that shit. As long as you got some fucking money in your pocket, they like, oh man, you so interested. That bring you in. Money doesn't make women look better. It doesn't. Who trying to fuck Oprah? Raise your hand if you trying to fuck Oprah. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Oprah ugly, but I don't give a fuck how much money she got. I'm not trying to fuck Oprah. You see what I'm saying? Love and respect. I feel like you give your pussy up for a honey bun. Like, I don't know. Fucking. When it's not sexy anymore, that's when relationships get tough. And nobody really plans for that. Right? When we going out, we having a good time. You're not planning for like the late nights, or I gotta work, or I'm tired, or I don't have the time for you. I don't want to listen to the shit you're talking about. Nobody plan for that. And that's when that folder starts showing up, right? That folder of shit, or them feelings, right? When that person start making you remember all the things that happened to you in that fucking folder, that's when you really start showing up, saying how you feel about shit. You could have threw that folder out years ago. You just holding on to it as a point of reference, and now you fucking ruining a relationship. The first time I ever cheated on somebody, I felt horrible. I felt horrible, but at the same time, I felt safe. Because just in case she did some shit, I got some shit in my folder. And it sound like fucked up, but at the time it made sense to me. As long as I keep some shit in my folder that I feel like this is my own personal, like I'm good folder, you could do whatever the fuck you want. You could do whatever, I don't even care no more. Like, I care about you, but if you did something, I wouldn't even be hurt. I had a girlfriend, and I had been fucking around, and I feel like, you know when things get inconsistent. I wasn't being consistent. And she came home one day, and she sat me down, and she was like, I went to a psychic today. I was like, what the fuck you mean you went to a psychic? And she was like, yeah, I went to a psychic, and I asked the psychic, are you cheating on me? I was like, what the psychic say? She said, no, it's nothing to worry about, and everything's fine, and maybe I'm just overthinking things. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I was relieved, but I was also mad. Because she paid a psychic $50, and a psychic was lying to her too. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you getting done wrong. I want to like be in a relationship. The last real relationship I was in 2020. That shit failed, right? And it failed because at the time, I was going through like a change where it was like, I realized for years I wasn't happy. Like if someone asked me, are you happy? I'd be like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what is happy. Happy to me is like, that shit was fleeting. So I was like, at the time I was living in LA, I had just messed my knee up. And I'm laying there thinking, I'm like, what the fuck? My unhappiness or my lack of happiness is because of me. I'm in these relationships, I'm not being honest, I'm not being truthful, trying to maintain a piece of myself. Fuck that, I'm not gonna do that no more. I'm not gonna do that shit no more. I'm gonna just turn over a new leaf. Everything that I'm gonna do, that I was doing that was negative, I'm gonna try to do the opposite. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be open, I'm not gonna entertain anybody else. I'm just gonna be 100% in. 100% in. And I got into a relationship, and that was the first time in my life I was like, I'm happy. And I think people saw it on me like, man, you just like John. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. This relationship is really working for me. And it wasn't the relationship, it was the fact that I made a decision that I'm not gonna be a piece of shit no more. I'm not gonna be a piece of shit, I'm gonna be honest. Let me see your phone. Here, take my motherfucking phone. I ain't shit in my fucking phone. You the only person I care about, you the only person I'm talking to. And I put my all into this relationship. Problem was, we was at two different intersections of our lives. All the shit that I wanted, she went on the same shit. I'm coming in like, yo, I used to be like this. She don't even know who I used to be. And I'm getting pissed off that she didn't know who I used to be. You ever had that happen? Like you might be talking to your kids like, yo, I used to fuck people up. Your kids be like, so? Like, that's not, you drive a minivan. Like, what are you talking about? I was a killer. They like, no, you not. What are you talking about? And I'm in this, and I kind of start becoming insecure in myself because for a long time I had like a very like, this is part, that piece of shit part of me was a part of my identity. It was a part of my identity, so when I wasn't able to be that person and I felt very vulnerable, and like I said, two different intersections in our lives, and the shit just didn't work. And I left that relationship, so I had no money. I felt like I was leaning on her to survive, and that's a terrible feeling as a man. Because remember I told y'all, money make a motherfucker attractive. I was so unattractive at that period of time. I had no money. I had nothing to show for that shit. So I came back home, left LA, the relationship ended, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to get my shit together and show her. And I bust my ass. I was working out, abs and shit. I was on Instagram fucking naked. I'm fucking working, I'm stacking money up. I was like, I'm about to buy me a house. I bought me a house. Fucking, I'm like, man, I'm back. I did TV shows and all type of shit. I was doing all type of cool shit. But the reality of it was, I wasn't gonna feel better. I wasn't gonna feel better because that shit is over. And that fucking folder that I was holding on to, that shit was just running over. Just running over with all this, like this bullshit, hurt and trauma and all this shit that I picked up along the way. And I'm like, fuck. This ain't had shit to do with her. So I unblocked her on Instagram and so she could see the house and but that's relationships, right? That shit is tough. Relationships are hard. And it's hard like nowadays, like since social media make relationships look fucking amazing. Oh, they make relationships look amazing, don't it? Somebody always on the beach. They doing the little pictures with their hands like locked up to make the other half, you know what I'm saying? People get pregnant, they taking fucking pregnancy photos and shit. It's all like boudoir, naked, like, but it's a baby, you know what I'm saying? It make relationships look, it's like television. It make that shit, it make the snippets look cool, but the in-between times be hard than a motherfucker. But my belief is what makes relationships work is you really gotta be about that other person. All the shit that you hung up on about yourself, that's affecting that other person. It's a line straight down the middle. We both meet at that line every single day. Sometimes I'm gonna have to cross that line to meet you where you at. Sometimes you don't have to cross the line. But never should you be so far back on your side that the other person has to come all the way across the line to meet you there. You should always be like, I want this person to do the least amount to have to cross this line for me, and I'm gonna do the same for them. Just find somebody, man. Cause if not, you just a crazy lonely motherfucker, man. That's what Aunt Mary say. Aunt Mary say, shit, you live by yourself. You don't know you crazy. You just walk around talking to yourself in the house. You're like, yeah, that's what I said. That shit right, yeah. Go talk to somebody, get that shit out. So they can be like, nah, that ain't that. You like, you right. You in the house by yourself just confirming bullshit with yourself. Self, what you think? I think you're right again. I thought so. Let me get the fuck out this goddamn house and let everybody else know. I guess my hope is that when y'all, for the people that's in relationships, when y'all leave here, is that y'all have uncomfortable conversations. And y'all talk about things that you typically wouldn't talk about and say things you typically wouldn't say because you care about that person enough to share that with them. And if it's new, don't do that shit because you might scare them away. But if y'all been together and y'all rocking and shit, you know, shit good, just have a conversation where it can make things better for y'all. Just strengthen the ties because a lot of times we don't have the conversations and we get choked up on the things we should say. By the time we want to say it, it's too late. So if you truly care about somebody and you love them and you want to be with them, say the uncomfortable shit too. There's a lot of uncomfortable shit I didn't say. There's a lot of uncomfortable shit I'm probably not gonna say.
Mr. Calvin Evans, everybody. Calvin Evans.